Hello, my dear crafters. Today you're going to learn how to make this beautiful tag box. This is something that you can use any time of the year, really, and for any size of tags. I did in my last craft fair. I actually had an area of the table that was just for wrapping, so wrapping supplies. And one of the things I did, and it sold a lot, was one of these. So I had, not one, but I had maybe 10 tags like this. Christmas, of course, because it was a Christmas one. But I had many of these sets with 6, and it really sold well. So this is great for craft fairs if you have. But this one, for example, I just made a birthday one, and I'll show you that in a second. But basically what you're going to learn today is how to create a box like this so that you can sell in your craft fairs or even give it as a gift, because we all give gifts, so we need tags. So it can be for birthdays, it can be for weddings. That's a great one too. So I will teach you how to make the bag itself, okay? I mean the box itself. We're gonna make just one. I'm just going to show you how to make one of these tags here. These are all birthday related, so because it's, you know, tags all year long, you can really give them away. And I also created a PDF for you in case you want to customize the size of this bag or this box. I keep calling it bag, so box. You can make it taller and you can even use this for bookmarks. So just make it taller, it's a bookmark. If you make your tags a little wider, also, and if you want to have like 10 and make this a little thicker so you can fit more, or even if you use a lot of ephemera here and they're a little bit thicker and you need this to be thicker, the PDF will show you how to customize it, and you can download the PDF below. I'm selling it. It's a PDF that I created and it took a while, but it does teach you in details how to customize. So where do you need to change the sizes of paper, where to score it, and all of that, so that you're able to make it in any size you want, okay? The link is in the description below. So, and at the end of this video, I am going to show you, give you some ideas on how to make beautiful tags with this kind of see-through windows. It's not a tutorial, but I will tell you how to make these. I love adding like these floating elements. It can be just a flower like this or a sentiment. Here's another one. I use some pearls. I love using pearls in my tags. And this is another one. I use the sticker in this case here. And on the top here, instead of having the ribbon, I just added this flower. But basically, I'll give you some ideas at the end on how to upscale your tags, okay? So let's get moving and let's make this box, in which you can actually fit 6 tags. These ones are birthday related, so let me show you those. So I just made different ones, and on the back you can stamp to and from, or you can just write it. I will stamp it later, but very, very quick to make, very easy, but so handy. So this is a great gift, and you can fit in this box, you can fit 6, and it does have some dimension because I added some dimension to them. So let's make this beautiful box. So for the box, you need a piece of paper that is 7 3/4 by 5 3/4, and we are going to score it I'm looking at my notes here, so I'm just pulling them closer. So we're going to score on the 7 3/4 side, we're going to score at 3 1/2 and 4 1/4, okay? So two scoring lines here, 4 1/4, 3 1/2, 4 1/4, and then we're going to turn it, score it at 2 and 3 3/4 inches. So there you go. This is what we have. Maybe the other side now. I think this is easier to see it here. Let's just burnish the scoring lines. just so it makes it easier for you to see. This is a very straightforward, easy to make box. So here we are. This is what we have right now. This, let me show you the box. So basically this is going to stay here, and this is going to fold in and make the sides, okay? So what we need to do is we need to cut. Should have used another scissors, but that's fine. We're going to cut these two scoring lines here all the way up to the first scoring line, okay? So here and here, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So this is what you're going to be left with, and what we're going to do now is on these flaps here, we're going to cut it kind of in half. If you want the measurement, let me tell you, like 1 3/4 right here. So I'm just gonna mark with my scissors. It doesn't have to be perfect and precise because this is going to fold in. So we're gonna do that on all 4 sides here. So I'm just gonna eyeball it by looking at the other side. There. And the other ones too. I eyeball it. It doesn't really matter how thick this is. I like it to be thick enough to, let me show you, to fold in and reinforce the box like this. So this is good enough. See? Very, very good. So we have these leftovers here that we can use for something else. And actually what I did with my other one was I punched. See that they have this balloon? That's what I use this for. I used another base that contrasted with this, and I punched the so that you use all your paper. So there you go. So this is all we need to do now, is to fold this in, glue it in place, and then glue this, okay? So there you go. I'm just gonna cut this one a little bit more because it's kind of catching. So there you go. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put, I'm going to zoom in a little bit more, just a little bit, not much. And we're going, make sure you, hey, that's a lot of glue. Make sure you have a lot of glue here on the, like the corners, here and here. And we're gonna fold it in like this. And just make sure this is flush, and then use your bone folder to just press it in place, okay? So it reinforces, make it long enough here that it reinforces the whole area, and then you're going to do the same thing with the other side, and you're going to reinforce as well. That's why I like this. You could have just cut it here right at the beginning, like maybe 1/4 of an inch, but if you do that, it's not going to reinforce it, and I really like it to do that. So again, make sure that this is aligned, and we are going to press it in place, and then we're going to do the same thing with this, okay? So we have one side ready. We're gonna do the other one. See how simple it is? And you can customize it for any size. I actually made one that was much wider for Christmas when I had my craft fair. I had like an area on my table. This is an idea for you because everybody's going to be wrapping presents. So what I did was I had like bowls to sell. I had a whole bunch of these tags to sell, bowls, anything that makes wrapping easy for people and of course prettier. I had a whole bunch of things to sell, and oh, and gift boxes. I sold so many pretty gift boxes of all sizes. I just created a whole bunch of gift boxes. So there you go. We have our box. How easy was that? And all we need to do now is whatever you use. I have some punches that cut and they cut the hole and everything. But for this, we're just going to use this basic one. But I'm also going to give you a tip here. Sometimes you have, for example, let's say this is the tag, right? And you go, I don't have any punch like this. I'll have the link below for this because this is really helpful. It has 3 different sizes. We're going to use it. But in case you don't want to, here's a very easy way to do that. You eyeball it as the way that you want to cut it. Let's say you cut this one. Sometimes the challenge is to do the same thing on the other side. So here's what you do. See what you cut here? You're going to use that on the other side. If you place it right here and you cut it and you use it as a template, you're going to cut it perfectly the same. It's going to be just the same as the other side. So look at that. So that's a tip for you if you're making your tags and you are afraid that you're going to cut this at an angle and then the other side is never the same. It looks weird. Use this little piece as a template, okay? But for this, I'm going to use I use this all the time for tags because it's so quick. Look at that. You just click here. You cut very fast and it's very precise. It's one of those tools that's really good to have. So there you have it. But we're also going to reinforce. I like to, this is fine if you want to use it as is, but as you can see here, I reinforce it. And I add another layer of paper. You don't have to, but I'm going to, and I'll give you the dimensions for this box in case you want to. So I already have one cut here, and just so you know, this is a piece of paper that is 3 3/8 of an inch by 1 5/8 of an inch. Basically what I did was I have this dimension here and I just cut it a little bit smaller, 1/8 of an inch smaller on the sides, the width, and 1/8 of it smaller on the height. So it fits perfectly here and it just gives you a very thin border like that. See? So we're gonna do, so I already have that and I'm just going to use it again. You have all the dimensions, all these measurements will be below. So I just want to reinforce. And the other thing that I do, I use a lot of my gel pen. I'll show you what I do to my designs. I really like to add a border that is like faux stitching. And I'll show you what I do with that. So make sure that it's aligned here. And that's when using liquid adhesive is helpful because you have a little bit of wiggle room. So there you are. And you add some, and you can add some pattern paper. And of course to match, if you want to match the tags that are inside. And I'm going to zoom in and see what I did here. I add some faux stitching here with my gel pen. It really helps it pop. See the difference between this one and this one? This one I added a rainbow at the bottom, but I really like to add that. It's very easy. You just get your gel pen and just go around. You can use a ruler just to make sure that it's straight. I don't really care. I think it's straight enough. You just go on the border here and you just keep going. So there you are. See, it does add something else to your, when you have a pattern paper like this and you go, I don't know, there's something missing. Usually if you add this kind of faux stitching with your gel pen, it solves the problem. It really helps. There you go. You have your box. And this is perfect for these. Let me give you the size of these tags here. They are 1 3/4 by 3 1/2. So there you are, they're going to fit the same ones. So just create your tags, and now I'm going to show you that trick that I have for my floating elements on tags. You know, just roll it up. You can, sometimes I put the ribbon like this and it goes with it, or sometimes I just roll up a whole bunch of ribbon and I just put it at the back. It's really up to you, but look at that. It's perfect, perfect size. It's a great size for tags. It really is. And my tip for you in terms of tags, let me show you. So here I have some tags. It's just an idea, guys, because you can really stand out, and for something that is so simple to make, basically what I do is I cut out different shapes on my tags like this on both sides. These are double-sided, and you can add an acetate, just a piece of acetate here, glue it in place. When you put them together, you glue them together, and you can add, in this case here, I added a sticker. So that's a sticker. You can also add like this. It was just a punched image, but the idea is to have it floating like this. It's really, really nice. It's a see-through. It's a small detail that really adds a lot. And also, I usually add some pearls. This is another idea. I add just a whole strip of pearls here. And again, I did my faux stitching all around. It really adds a lot. Let me give you another example. This one was an hexagon that I did. I have this punch here. It would not go all the way in here. And what I do is I punch another piece of paper. I use it as a template, and I just put it here with my pencil. Wherever I want it to be cut, I already have the template that I use the punch for, and I would just use my X-Acto knife and I cut it. So use another sticker here, but it's really a nice element because you can see through your tags, or you can even add sentiments. I love to add sentiments too, not just the element like this one. I have the pearls, I have the stitching. These are just some more ideas for your beautiful tags. This is great for Christmas as well. So you can have your floating element here as a sentiment as well. And even on this one, I actually wrote with my own handwriting, I love. So this is for a friend of mine. It's just a rectangle that I cut with my X-Acto knife, added this acetate, and I wrote. You can actually write with your beautiful handwriting a message that's very, very personalized. So yeah, so these are just some ideas. If you're going to make tags, you can add a lot, and this is what we made today. Our beautiful box, and embellish it. I would add the same balloon here and everything. So that's the tutorial for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a comment, like the video, all the blah 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 for the algorithm. Thank you so much, and you have a great day.